And here we are. Here we are. Welcome, welcome to the New Year's Eve Green Nurse podcast party, where we bring you hope and inspiration for growth and healing. And we're here to change the dialogue and stigma around what it means to feel good and be high. Hence that H for hope, I for inspiration, G for growth, and H for healing. And guess what, y'all? Peace begins with me. Inhale. Ananda. Now we're going to get started with one of my favorite videos, which is going to lead into our gratitude show for the end of the year 2021 and the beginning of 2022. Here we go.
Change the paradigm of healthcare.
The Green Nurse is a holistic cannabis nurse that teaches on the endocannabinoid system and the safe utilization of cannabis and other progressive tools to help people reach a better quality of life.
I'm the founder of Holistic Caring. We're based here in California, and we do educational programs and case management for patients on how to use cannabis therapeutically as a medicine.
We're also here to decrease stigma around what it means to feel good and be high, hence the H for hope, I for inspiration, G for growth, and H for healing.
As the founder of Holistic Caring, I basically oversee the whole ship, and what we're doing is progressive education.
Cannabis actually supports all 11 organ systems, our immune system, and all the neurotransmitter signaling systems that give messages to tell our body to either do something or not do something. Because the plant was prohibited, it prevented health professionals, doctors and nurses from learning about cannabis as medicine.
I want to change the paradigm of healthcare and us paving the way into a new vanguard of medicine. And I'm excited to really bring this into light. There's a company called Cannabis that we're merging with, and we will now be doing global education.
It's about education, it's about empowerment, it's about teaching people how to feel good, bridging the gap from what they're not getting from traditional medicine, utilizing different plant medicines, adaptogens, tips, tricks, hugs, and nugs of information to support and nourish the most important system in our body.
And it's a lot of soul work, a lot of love, a lot of discipline, and meditation. I'm using my life work as a testimony to others to learn how they can be their own hero and then go help heal the world.
And we are, as nurses, the game changers. Happy New Year's Eve, everybody. Thank you all for joining us tonight. And we're here to bring you guys some Green Nurse love. If you're out there, I want to welcome you all. Thank you for joining us. And I'm going to introduce the amazing hosts I have here tonight. Amazing team. My name is Sherry Tutkus, and I'm the Vice President of Nursing at Holistic Caring and the founder of The Green Nurse. And I've been creating and producing content for media and podcasting since 2018. And I've been in the cannabis space as a nurse since 2016. And I'm really, really honored to be here to share my story, other stories, and to bring you all that hope and inspiration, to bring you all information on the most important plant I feel in the world that's going to change people's lives as it has ours. So I'm going to introduce my amazing team. I have Elizabeth Mack, CEO and founder. Elizabeth, say hello to everyone while I pull up the screen.
Hello, hello. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Yes. It's a pleasure to be here.
Here we go. And here you are. Here we are, our new website, Elizabeth.
Woo! Yeah. Woo-hoo. We've been working really hard. You and Tasha have done a bang-up job of this. Thank you.
We have. And so where you can find all of us, all of the nurses here, you come right to the website, you scroll right to the bottom of the page, and here we all are, our team.
Nice.
It should come up. It's not coming up. Here we go. And there's Elizabeth. Woo! Elizabeth, share your story a little bit about what brought you into the space. for our new viewers and fans?
Well, yeah, I've been a nurse for 35 years, but that last 7, I got introduced to cannabis through CBD, through a topical massage. Started to take CBD internally through tinctures and oils, and began healing from conditions and 3 surgeries on my shoulder. And I found a state of health where I didn't need all the pharmaceuticals, and I said, oh my goodness, if I can do this for myself, I want to help others. And so that's how I founded Holistic Caring, much like you on the other coast, and it's been off and running ever since. But it's just a pleasure. Once you find a way to heal yourself, don't you just want to share that with everybody?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Elizabeth, thank you so much for everything that you do for us, for the nurses, for the community. Really, really been an honor and been an amazing experience since we've all come together. So the lovely Tasha Jackson. Here we go. Hello, Tasha.
Hi, everybody.
Vice President of Programs at Holistic Caring. Why don't you give everyone a little blip into your world and what brought you into the cannabis space?
Sure. So I was introduced to cannabis by my doctor. So I have severe tendonitis, and my doctor had suggested that I try a topical CBD to help manage the pain. So that's how I got here, or introduced. And then I got here because Elizabeth, the amazing Elizabeth Mack, found me while I was teaching and basically scalped me from teaching to come over to Holistic Caring and build all of the programs that everyone gets to enjoy, including the community.
Excellent. And the Holistic Caring community. Yeah, we're going to get you guys into that community in just a few seconds here. And then we have my girl, Denise Costello, Energized Living, Green.
Yeah.
You guys,
hi, everybody.
It's been on for a while.
Yeah. Denise Costello, holistic cannabis nurse. I've been a nurse for over 30 years, started off in the Air Force. And I transitioned more into preventative health pretty early on, and had a couple different companies, et cetera, and had a hip surgery is what really introduced me into CBD and cannabis. And I had never really realized, once I used it for the pain, where it opened up my world was how it just bridged the gap and just helped me, really get in deeper in these other lifestyle practices like meditation and yoga and prayer and movement and just so many different arenas. And I just see so many people suffering and not just being misinformed and have no idea how wonderful, really their life can be when we incorporate this and support our endocannabinoid system, et cetera. So that's what it's about, is showing people how they can live, and energize their life through cannabis, through energy, all of this good stuff.
Yeah. Awesome. Good stuff. So welcome, Lauren. We got some people out there that are showing up to ring in the new year with us.
Hey, everybody. Happy New Year.
Hey, Happy New Year.
Are we on Facebook?
We are, Elizabeth. We are on Facebook, YouTube, and Roku. We are streaming live. Nurses at Holistic Caring.
All right.
New Year's Eve party. So we had a few things to talk about. This was kind of a last minute impromptu show, and I just thought it would be really fun to come together and just to share information. Aloha, Quinnen from Norwood. Thank you for joining us. So as 2021 comes to a close, we're going to talk about a couple different things. There's a number of states and cities across the country that are set to implement new medical cannabis, or actually marijuana, policy changes that take effect on January 1st. We're also going to talk about the top strains of 2021. We're going to talk about some of the things that we accomplished here in 2021 and what you all can look forward to in 2022 with the green nurses at Holistic Caring. So Elizabeth posted this up in the Holistic Caring Network, this article, Marijuana Moment, new marijuana laws take effect across the United States with the new year. So with the first state I'll talk about is Montana. So Montana, adult use sales start on January 1st, and adults can purchase up to 1 zip at a time. That's 1 ounce at a time. Natasha, what's going on in Louisiana?
Lawmakers decriminalized cannabis in August, and on January 1st, the state's medical cannabis program provides or gives patient access to cannabis flower products. So as it currently stands, patients are able to vaporize cannabis preparations via a metered dose inhaler, but they cannot access whole flower, and smoking is not allowed, and there's no adult use. It is only medical in Louisiana at this time.
Oh, we're going to work on that.
Yeah.
We were all in New Orleans in 2019. Boy, that was a challenge. For sure.
Yeah. There was cannabis on the streets those nights.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Lots of cannabis nurses on the streets with cannabis those nights. For sure. So Elizabeth, you're from California, San Diego, many, many years. What's going on in California?
I am. So Ryan's Law was passed, and it is going to take effect tomorrow on 1/1. Ryan's Law was named for Jim Bartell's son, Ryan, who lost his battle with cancer, but was able to access medical cannabis at his end of life in a healthcare facility. And it was life-changing. He was using it at home, and he had kept going back and forth between home and the facility. And when he was able to use the cannabis, he was doing so much better than when he was hospitalized and going back on opioids and that sort of thing. So anyway, his father really was instrumental. He was in the state Senate and was instrumental in putting this bill out called Ryan's Law, SB 311. And it essentially allows healthcare facilities to be able to allow patients to utilize medical cannabis while they're on the grounds of the hospital, which otherwise would be like this because of federal funding, right? And this gives them a pass so that if the patient and the family bring it in, they can use tinctures and edibles and patches, topicals, no vaping, and no smoking. Right, so nothing like that, but they can use all of the extracts and that sort of thing to keep them at balance and homeostasis, and frankly, not taking the opioids that basically makes them sicker and less vacant with their families. So anyway, that's a big win for the hospice community in California.
That's great.
Good.
Yay.
Maybe I need to move
to California.
Yeah. All right, Denise, what's going on in Colorado?
So in Colorado, they are limiting the amount of the concentrates. The high dose concentrates can only be 8 grams. It used to be 40. Unless they have a doctor's, they're allowed through their doctor. They have that medical, and then that's fine. The other great thing is that the dispensaries now had to provide a lot of education, more educational materials and pamphlets to guide the patients, or not the patients, we like to call them that. But you know what I'm saying. So this is really great. We're getting more education. That's what people need. They need education on how to use this. And that's where we come in, right? That's what we love. What we do. This is what we do. This is
people are making great medicines.
Help you figure it out.
People are selling medicines.
Yeah.
But nobody's interpreting how to utilize them for patients.
Exactly.
That's what we do.
That's what we do. Exactly. It sounds a little goofy, but you know what? It's necessary. We might, like patients, literally, they need us. They don't have any clue. And the dispensaries, most of those folks are trying to help people have fun. And there's nothing wrong with that. But people need a nurse.
They need a nurse. Absolutely.
And the education along with it.
Yeah.
Right.
For sure.
I mean, I look back on my journey using cannabis as medicine. I only really truly understood it to be medicine until I was really sick and it worked as medicine. And the bottom line was that I would have paid someone to have helped me to get the results quicker than it took me. Now, I'm a nurse. I'm very educated. I know my science. I've done research. I had to take my profile off of LinkedIn, but it took me 2 years to figure out how to make cannabis work for me so I could function below the threshold of being impaired. And CBD was the big game changer in my life. And so that's what we're doing. We want to help expedite you getting the results that you're looking for, right? Because we know it works and we've done the homework. We've done research and development. That's what we do. We do research on ourselves. And then we report
We have
back.
to heal ourselves first.
Exactly.
Or it's a journey, right? It's a lifelong journey, and you don't ever stop. It's just
and
more and
Hippocrates,
more.
many of the ancient Greeks were very wise when they said, healer, heal thyself, right? When you start with yourself and you learn how the nuances of this medicine works, especially with plants, then you can pay that forward with clients. And now we've all had thousands of people we've shepherded through this process, right?
Yep.
And so it's like priceless to be able to work like this from a knowing that is just really priceless to be able to take to patients. And that's a crazy word, but anyway.
Right. Well, and we learn through experience, right? And we're learning through our patients' experience, how, that's how you learn, and how other people, are experiencing it. And so that's what I'm really excited for 2022 and leaning into more experiential learning, really stepping in and feeling, using all the tools right there. And then you're able to just play it forward and use it. So
using lifestyle as medicine.
Exactly.
Right? Cannabinoid therapeutics
medicine.
Much more than just cannabis. Cannabis is just one piece of the pie. And the reason why cannabinoid therapeutics is much more than just cannabis is because every single thing that we do or don't do in our lives affects our endocannabinoid system, right? We're either supporting it or we're not. It's as simple as that. So back to states. Arkansas on January 1st, there's two big changes. Out-of-state medical cannabis patients can access the state's program and purchase up to cannabis for 90 days. Doctors can issue medical cannabis recommendations via telehealth. And also in Arkansas, they're looking to put adult use on the ballot for 2022. And then the last one that they mentioned in this article is Philadelphia. Really, really excited for this. On January 1st, many employers in Philadelphia will no longer be able to require applicants to be drug tested for cannabis as a condition for their employment. So that is a really, really big win.
That's big.
Yeah, you know who else did that this year was Amazon and several other big tech companies. They stopped screening for THC. So yay.
Yeah, progress.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and then think about all of the other states that went adult use in 2020 and 2021.
Right, a lot.
Yeah, there was a lot. There was a lot happening.
Yeah,
a lot of changes.
Remember, we just said the other night, I asked you how many states are adult use now and how many are medical, and you're like
37.
I lost count too.
37 medical and 19 adult use.
Yeah.
Right. And the numbers of people approving, cannabis has increased, from medical to even, what was that?
87% based on that last Pew poll of medical representation, and about 67 for adult use.
There you go. Over 50% of the population. That's big.
That's huge.
Yeah, very big. So here we go. So now we're going to do a year in review. We have so much to be grateful for. This is the part that I love, is gratitude. What did we accomplish, right? Holistic caring and the green nurses came together, right?
Yay.
Yeah. And so there's so many different things that have happened. And I'm going to stop because I love to hear everyone's perspective. So we're going to start with Miss Tasha Jackson. What has happened in 2021 professionally for
the first thing is that, of course, the green nurse and holistic caring joined forces. That's probably the biggest and the most pivotal that we've had in development with holistic caring. And so we're finalizing the merger with all of our platforms. The website is probably the most recent. And then right now we're in the process of merging all of our platforms. And then, February comes, once we're fully integrated, hit the ground running. January will be a busy time for us, but February will be a much busier time for sure.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to it. I'm so excited. I'm so
Yeah.
excited for
It's
what
been
we've
great.
built to be able to launch it all and see how it goes.
Yeah. So holistic caring and the green nurses, we've come together. So, we have the 4 Ds and the 4 Ps. And the Ds are the problem and the Ps are the solution. And Elizabeth, what are the 4 Ds and what are the 4 Ps?
Okay. Well, you know what? I was designing the 4 Ps to combat the 4 Ds. And, when you're working in medical cannabis as a clinician, the 4 Ds have to be disconnect, right? So between the dispensaries, the doctors, and the nurses and the patients, you want to sew that up as one ecosystem where they're all in communication and on the same page, right? Being able to work sort of like a healthcare system. Well, that doesn't work so far in cannabis. So there's a disconnect. There's a distrust. A lot of people that are true medical patients, they don't know about this industry, and they've been, under 100 years of prohibition. So there's a lot of shenanigans, and rightly so. But we help people steer through that, and then disorganization. So the 37 legal states, is there a federal system uniting them, or no? Is it a patchwork where you could go from one state to the next state and still be in trouble, right? That's where we're at. It's very disorganized. And then dosing, because clinical guidance is best is best supplied by clinicians for patients, because it's not being given in the dispensaries, right? They're not really supposed to talk about medical advice with patients, and they're not going through the medication list and seeing what their goals and objectives are, which is what clinicians do. So anyway, those 4 Ds are overcome by process. All of the programs that are going to train the providers to get the vetted products to the patients, right? And that's what we do. So we try and button it all up so that we provide that ecosystem of care so that providers can understand this, and we train them on how to think about cannabis as an integrative medicine therapeutic option, just like everything else on the treatment plan, and then how to juxtapose that with conventional care and how it all fits together. So we are having a lot of fun training people, as well as providing direct services for patients, because that's how we all started as patients, and then we started seeing patients. And so number one is still taking care of those patients, because there's millions and billions, there's 7 billion of us on the planet, and every single one of us has an ECS. So when people say, who is cannabis medicine good for? And I'm like, every single one of us, because we can all become unbalanced and in disease. And the endocannabinoid system can be modulated and nuanced by nourishing with these plant compounds back to homeostasis or wellness. And that's what it's all about. So, we couldn't be more happy to play our part.
That's great. So processes, pathways for providers, for patients to get vetted products to patients and providers. So, right. So this was my fantasy coming true. Green nurse approved. Okay,
GNA.
Jeez, I'm telling you, green nurse approved. I've been talking about green nurse approved since 2018, and it's manifesting. Really, really excited all about that. And that's going to tie into what we're going to talk about in a little bit, our nonprofit that we just formed. There's so many different things that have happened. But Elizabeth, I want to kind of get back to you really quickly, because Holistic Caring also merged with Canum. So there's a lot of people don't even know who Canum is. So I'm going to let you take that dog and pony and talk about that.
Well, yeah, so 2 mergers this year. One, with the Green Nurse and bringing Sherry Tuckus in as, my right hand couldn't have been. It was the best thing ever. And then, yeah, thank you. Meeting you a couple of years ago at CNN, the Cannabis Nurses Network in San Diego, and I was just like, I was watching you on the East Coast, and I was doing my thing on the West Coast, and so here we are as one. And then Canum is coming up. It's an Australian company, and Canum is basically a licensed producer of cannabis and cannabis therapeutics, really focusing on tinctures, and flour. And they're growing in Jamaica as well as Australia, and also just merged with a Canadian company called Medisun. So now with all of this product that they're making, they're going to be the largest company in Australia with medical cannabis. And Holistic Caring is merging to provide the clinical operations and the medical door so that we can train clinicians to open up their eyes and their hearts and their minds on how to use cannabis therapeutics with their patients who have certain indications. And it's rather rudimentary in some of these other countries, but essentially getting GPs to put this on par with Sativex, Epidiolex, Marinol, but also to phase it in as plant medicine and botanicals, opening up GMP products that are certified through all of those processes to be able to be exported globally. And so the education, the process is going to train those providers to get the products to patients through programs. So imagine what we're doing here in this country is now going to go global. How cool is that?
It's very cool. Very cool. And then, so now we have Elizabeth's 4 Ps, and then we've got the shenanigans from Green Nurse Denise.
Yeah.
Energized Living Green Nurse Retreat with her 3 Ps.
Yeah. We're all about the
prayer,
Ps.
protection, and play. So
Yeah.
Denise, it's been awesome to be on this trip with you. I will have to say it has been a trip.
Yeah.
And what we've done and what we've developed, from a lot of energy healing modalities, incorporating, you've really taught me about what it means to live an energized life, how to incorporate these tips, tricks, hugs, and nugs that are very simple that you can do all the time, every day. You just need to learn it. And once you learn it and you have the experience and you can ground it in, and it makes a difference, right? It's about pairing, like Elizabeth said, functional health medicine tools to cannabinoids. And so Denise teaches that in the most amazing way. So, and I've been honored to be on this journey with you. You really have taught me so much and have opened up my eyes to a lot of different things that I never would have experienced if I hadn't met you. So just really an honor to have you on the team with us.
Thank you. It's been a lot of fun, especially our first Cannabication Green Nurse retreat that we had this year. Energized. Yes, we were able to incorporate all of that. We're up in Maine. Fantastic. And we're looking to do another retreat in, Jamaica at Coral Cove, which is owned by Cannabis. And so we're so excited about that. It's all about, like we said, it's like, this is our year really to look at our health in a different way. I mean, we are given everything. We have it all here, through nature, through our connection to ourself, to God, to spirit, to, everything, the energy. So we just need to tap into it. And, cannabis is a great way. And, using all these different tools, meditation, yoga, whatever, we can do it. It's all through our life, what we eat, how we think, it's all attainable. And that's what we're here for, right? Yeah. And we have fun doing it too. You got to be in that joy state, right? The play, trying the new things and being open.
Yeah. Being open. Yeah. And then, we have a few more minutes before we're going to celebrate in 3 minutes.
3 minutes.
I do want to talk about our nonprofit nurse line that's opening up in 2022. Elizabeth. Nonprofit, Holistic Caring Incorporated, Green Nurse.
Holistic Caring Inc. So we're going to be opening a nonprofit nurse line so that patients around the country and at some point globally will be able to phone a nurse and say, hey, is this for me? Tell me about this. How does it all work? Is it safe? How do I get started? Is my indication approved? Or am I going to be able to drive? And all of the questions that people have all over the world as this new plant medicine is reemerging. So we're going to be running a nurse line, and we're going to be partnering with dispensaries that are going to make it all possible, and CBD brands and the premier or top tier producers out there that want to take a medical door and a clinical approach to their business. We're going to be able to be outsourcing their clinical concerns of the patients and we'll be able to take care of their nurses as well as our online programs and really have something for everybody. So we're just going to get started and see where this river takes us in 2022. But I'm very excited.
Me too. Really excited. And within this ecosystem that you've created, what do? We've got tools to empower patients and providers by what? The e-learning patient pathways, the free introductory to cannabis health, the free monthly signature online events, the free patient portal and support group, and the live community outreach events. And then, of course, you have us doing the podcast, which is just, you know,
There's a lot for free. There's a lot for free.
It's
free things. Come and get free stuff.
But hold on. So this is live, and it's about to be midnight there on the East Coast, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
We have.
I would like to see the two of you pause to go on countdown.
Yes.
And here we go. I just popped. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, East Coast. Yeah, Happy New Year.
I wanna get high, I wanna get low, I wanna smoke a little spliff with you. Yay! Happy New Year, East Coast.
Happy New Year.
Woo, woo, woo.
There, I found one.
And I'm puffing on. Big shout out to Hemp Quest Farms, Nicole Ryan,
Quest,
and Devin. This is a beautiful CBD. It's called Electra, and it's very, which I probably shouldn't be smoking. It's very stimulating. So you'll probably see me at 4:20 a.m. doing another live. Nice stimulating CBD. So big shout out to one of our CBD green nurse crew. Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah.
There we go. Green
I'm
nurse party.
so-
What do you got going on?
Yeah, I'm so happy that it's midnight there already, and it's transitioning through the rest of the country now. And you know what? It's always now. The famous Sherry Tucker told me this yesterday, that it's always now. So right now, it's now. In 10 minutes, it'll be now. 10 minutes ago, it was now.
Yesterday it was now. When we talked yesterday, it was now. That's the part that's so fun, so cool about all of this.
It's called living in the present moment.
It is.
That's what that is.
That's what we do.
That is what we do.
Excuse me, I'm gonna pop off because I'm gonna go cheer with my
Okay.
son.
Oh yes.
And so I'm gonna do a little Happy New Year with him. And thank you so much. It's awesome to see you all. I am so excited.
Denise Costello.
We're going to be unstoppable because we believe in this, and people are ready for us, I think, now. Right? The world's ready. We're ready to go.
I love you, Denise.
It's time.
Love you guys too.
All right. Happy New Year.
Bye, Denise. Have a great weekend.
Bye.
All right. And then there were 3. All right. So this is good. So what we're going to roll into really quickly as we wind down the show, we're going to talk about the top strains of 2021.
Okay.
All right. So do you guys have any idea of what they are?
GMO cookies.
There we go. GMO cookies is an indica, right? Couch, known for couch lock or that deep body euphoria where you pretty much just kind of lay there like a big lump of
Wow.
Yeah. GMO cookies is one of them.
You know what I like more than anything is a little bit of peanut butter. So how about peanut butter breath coming in at number 2? It's a hybrid, leaves you relaxed, happy, and a little bit euphoric, which is always a good place.
It sounds good to me. And I'm going to tell you number 3 sounds really appealing to me as well. It's called cereal milk. I haven't tried this one, but it's a cross between Girl Scout cookies and cherry pie. It's a hybrid. It makes you very relaxed, creative, and giggly. Now that is my kind of strain. So I'm going to definitely be looking into that one.
I imagine that one tastes like Fruity Pebbles cereal milk. That's what I imagine. Yeah. Or like Tricks.
Like Tricks.
Yeah. What's next, Tosh?
Apple Fritter, which is a hybrid, indica dominant, relaxing, and uplifting at the same time.
Yep. There we go. Then we've got
Well,
Kush mints.
I was just having some Milano cookies from Pepperidge Farm, and they are mint, just like a Kush mint, right? So it's a hybrid indica dominant for evening time, high THC strain with a unique minty taste, uplifting and happy, and stimulates appetite. So maybe a little before dinner.
That would be for me for sure. Could eat a little
Okay.
extra. I like that. Now here's another fun one. Lemon pound cake. Okay. This one be very, very careful. So it's an indica dominant hybrid, very, very high THC strain with THC up to 30%.
Ooh,
Very relaxed, happy, and euphoric.
that's
All right.
crazy. I want to see you have that in London. How about that?
I could do that for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely.
All right.
Listen, Elizabeth, I'll have some pound cake with you in London.
All right, cool.
Girlfriend. Why not?
Done.
It's a date. All right, what's next? What do we got going on
Gary,
here, Tom?
I think, didn't we smoke Grease Monkey?
We
before?
did.
I think
You
we
did.
smoked Grease Monkey. Yeah. So Grease Monkey is a hybrid body buzz, been known to stimulate appetite. Yes, I think that was because we had the munchies really bad.
Yep. Oh yeah.
And we ate a bunch of those coconut cookies.
We did. We had in Mesa, Arizona, the Miss Tasha
Yes.
Jackson. I tucked her in on the floor.
Yes, that was that night. That was that
We were
night. But
doing
we
some
always,
research and development.
yes, we always did. Yes, that was the night that we had mango ice cream, and we proved that myth to be true.
This is very nice. Thank you so much, Nicole Ryan, for the CBD. It's lovely. And then the last one, Elizabeth.
Well, how about some miracle alien cookies? I know you like to commune with people out there. Maybe they're not people, but they're all hybrids like us, right? So happy and uplifting, often chosen for anxiety and depression, and I'm sure can knock down some physical ailments as well.
Yeah. So miracle alien cookies is something that I've tried and I've really, really liked it. It's been a really good strain.
I haven't had
that I've enjoyed as well. Yeah. And so the top 8 strains was taken from Leafly. There was an article that was put out a couple of days ago. And so I took that and I'll post that up on the Green Nurse Facebook page probably tomorrow. So what do we have here?
What's next?
I'm going to show you really quickly. We got a sale going on.
You do?
Boom. Oh yeah. Until oops, let me make this big. Hold on a second. Here we go. And the sale goes on until January 2nd. So 25% off of all programs at Holistic Caring. And I'm going to show you something that I don't think you guys have seen, but I completed my licensed CBD cannabis and health coach.
Yay!
Wow.
Congratulations.
Woohoo, right? Finally. Right? And the part that I really loved was that I was able to get 12 continuing education credits. So
it was totally
tell
worth
everyone
it.
about this program. Tell everyone about this program. So, because this is great for nurses.
Yeah.
Tasha or me?
Either one, both of you. You're both the
Okay.
creators.
We can both talk about how amazing it is from our different viewpoints.
Well, okay. So I started it. So,
that's true. You started it and I finished it.
Right. So, I was just really moved to write a book because, when I started seeing patients myself, I got referrals from a doctor in San Diego, and I needed to hire some nurses because I was getting busy. And I needed to train them. So I wrote a training manual and that became my book. And then that book became these programs, Cannabis for Health, Become a Coach. And essentially you get to learn all about the history of cannabis and how it was medicine for thousands of years, how it went away, how it came back, the Israeli influence as bringing this back, and Raphael Meshulam, the godfather of cannabis, and all of the research into the endocannabinoid system and cannabinoids supplementing with the phytocannabinoids and bringing our body back to balance or homeostasis. And then it becomes all about the plant medicine and the products and the pharmacokinetics and the pharmacodynamics and all the different conditions that you can imagine using this for. But just think about all of them. They can all be modulated. Essentially, every single physiological issue in the body can be modulated by fine-tuning this endocannabinoid system. And that's what we do. We help people understand this and approach it and add the science and the art and science of medicine back to cannabinoid therapeutics. In fact, this is the most excited I've been about medicine in forever. And so I wrote everything down in PowerPoint and Word for it going on. And then I handed it off to the lovely Tasha Jackson, and she cleans it up and tells me you need assignments and quizzes and final exams, and you can take it from here, Tasha, and tell them how you spin it out.
Yeah. So essentially what I did was I took what Elizabeth wrote and then I practicalized it into a training program. One of the most comprehensive training programs that is out there at this time. But in addition to the training, we also offer mentoring. So that's something that's very different. So again, how do you, now that we've married with the Green Nurse, right? So we took our education, married it together with Sherry's clinical mentoring, and then now we have a mentoring and training program, which is going to be fully launched in 2022. Another thing that we have to look forward to. And so again, how do you take this knowledge and then how do you practically transfer those skills and knowledge from what you've learned into real life? Right. And that's where my expertise of over 10 years in classrooms comes along. So I am the non-nurse. I'm the honorary nurse of the bunch. And so I'm a teacher. And so I took all of these and basically took what we do in education and then applied it to all of these nursing concepts. And so again, we have a program that is one of the most comprehensive that's out there today.
Well,
Absolutely.
and not just for the CBD and cannabis health coaches, but also cannabis industry professionals, where we take the pharmacology out and we spin down the conditions into more overviews and some protocols on how to approach this. And then we have the CBD wellness coach programs, where you want to learn about the endocannabinoid system and then how to use CBD for wellness, along with the functional medicine tips. So we have that. And then we have all the condition care, where we have targeted learning, all the research you could possibly need, together with protocols on how to approach this for cancer and chronic pain and Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, MS.
We have something for everyone.
Something for everybody. Yeah. And then
anyone who wants to learn cannabis and other plant medicines and other progressive therapies, we got something for you.
We do. And you know what I have? I have a handy dandy little video I want to pull up. Cool. And this handy dandy little video is why I became a cannabis nurse. I'm going to pop it up right now.
That's a great video.
Begins with me. Inhale, Ananda. Hi, everybody. My name is Sherry Tutkus. I'm a registered nurse, and I'm the Vice President of Nursing at Holistic Caring Network. Extremely grateful to have this opportunity to share with you all why I became a cannabis nurse. Number one, cannabis saved my life. Number two, I have an endocannabinoid system. And number three, the National Council State Boards of Nursing put out a call to action in 2018 that all nurses, nursing students, and advanced practice nurses must have 6 essential areas of knowledge when it comes to cannabis as medicine. These 3 things propelled me into the cannabis space, and I was able to form the Green Nurse. The Green Nurse has now merged with Holistic Caring, and we are extremely grateful. We are here to educate and empower patients and people across the globe on how to use cannabis and other plant medicines to increase and improve quality of life. People are making amazing medicines. Companies are selling these amazing medicines, but no one is interpreting, educating, and guiding patients on how to utilize cannabis as medicine. That's what we do. Come join us at holisticcaring.com. Come join the Green Nurses. We are in revolutionary times where we are changing how we approach and take care of patients. We are truly here to change the dialogue and decrease stigma around what it means to feel good and be high. Hence that H for hope, I for inspiration, G for growth, and H for healing. We love you so much, and remember what it's all about. It's about living your best life and helping others do the same.
There you
I
go.
love that video.
That was lovely. That was a lovely video.
Have I told you lately how proud I am of you? I mean,
Aw.
I could not be more blessed to have somebody that's just so dynamic, so talented, so gifted, intelligent, insightful, and full of heart. You're just incredible, Sherry. I
Oh,
love you.
thank you, Elizabeth. It's been a journey, and one of my lights just went out. Whoa, that's so funny. So no, thank you, Really, this is my life's work. You know, the plant has opened up my eyes to so many different possibilities that I never knew were possible. And you know, I did a little writing earlier today, and it really is about just listening to your inner wisdom. You know, tonight I went out and met up with a woman who's a nursing colleague friend of mine. She was the nurse that introduced me to medical cannabis back in the end of 2014. And she's seen my journey. I met her. She was one of my energy healing clients way back in 2008. And then, you know, through the years, she's seen me progress and everything. And she introduced me to cannabis. She said, Sherry, get with the program. You know, you've got nothing to lose. You're dying. And she's 75 years old, and she's been using cannabis every day since she was 17, which is a very long time. And she's, you know, she hasn't been hospitalized. She's not on any ongoing pharmaceutical. She's living her best life. She's just a very dynamic woman. And spent some time with her. And she basically just said that, you know, this plant is bringing in light, right? You think about it. The plant grows to the light, right? And so then when we consume it, it lights us up. It lights up our receptors. It brings us information. As Elizabeth says, my favorite work, the pleiotropic. Pleiotropic nature of this plant is working on multiple different physiological systems, all at the exact same time, right? It lights up our body. And that's what's going to change the world is the light that we bring in, the light that we carry, the light that this plant shares with all of us has really, really been transformative. And really, I'm just so grateful that we've been able to come together as two companies and merge to really change the dialogue around what it means to feel good and what it means to take care of patients and what it means to change healthcare from a different approach. Because as clinicians in the conventional space, how have we been taking care of patients? Well, we focus on body parts, we focus on disease processes, pharmaceuticals, side effects. If we're lucky, we get to mental, emotional health. Usually we don't unless someone's in a crisis. And rarely do we ever get to spiritual health. But what we're doing as nurses is we're doing it the different way. We're touching upon spirituality first. Spirituality is the root of cannabis care, and it's bringing hope to people. And when you have that hope, you become inspired. And when you're inspired, you're in spirit. And when you're in spirit, your decisions are being made from a different place so you can grow and heal. And so really, it's just been amazing journey. You know, I love you both so much. Cheers. This is to Goddess Love, Plant Medicine, 2022. You know, thank you for joining us all. You know, for people that are out there that are new to cannabis, don't give up before the miracle happens. Just keep listening, keep showing up, keep watching these podcasts. Eventually, a miracle truly is what? It's a change of perception, that aha moment when it just makes sense. Hang on, keep listening, keep learning, keep your mind open, and you too will experience the miracle of plant medicine. So I love you guys so much. Want to say goodbye to our followers while I pull up our end video?
Bye,
Thank you so much. God bless
with us in the community.
Happy 2022. May it be everything you dream of and more.
Absolutely. And remember, everyone, what it's all about today, about tomorrow. It's about living your best life and helping others do the same. We love you very much. Happy 2022.
Salud.